Hey, aloha everybody. Can I get 5 minutes? 5 minutes, I promise. Seriously, I have something I want to share with you and ask you. If you can, please listen to this whole message. Just 5 minutes. I decided to film this at sunset because it's one of my favorite times of the day, and the sunsets here are powerful. Still got a little ways to go, but I'm going to share some of the good parts of today's sunset with you. It's raining a little bit right now, but I'm up the mountain, so it rains, for 10 minutes and then it moves on. So let's check it out. It's beautiful. It's Kona. Anyway, first of all, aloha from Kona here on the Big Island. I just wanted to take this moment to share some good news with you, and more importantly, to thank you for your gift to my donation sites, GoFundMe or Venmo or whatever. For those of you that have donated, I wanted to thank you for your gift. And a lot of you have reached out to me recently through those platforms and asked for updates, news on the situation, how things are going, because obviously what happened in Maui on August the 8th was significant, and the tragedy is still going, but it's lost its luster with the news cycle now that we've got a war and all this other stuff that's happening on. So but the problem is the tragedy and the drama and the trauma is not over yet. So anyway, I wanted to record this and be able to answer the questions for those of you that have submitted questions to me through various methods, and also share some good news with you. So let's watch the sunset, and give me a couple minutes, yeah? So as I mentioned, a lot of you that have donated have reached out to me again to ask how I'm doing, and the truth is that I'm really still kind of winging it here, to be honest. A few weeks after I got here on the Big Island, I picked up a part-time job. I thought getting back to work was part of the solution, part of the ladder that I could use to climb out of this hole that I'm in, this hole that's in my heart about the loss of so much of my world, my comfort zone, my plan for the future. My work ethic is very much a part of who I am as a person, and I felt like it was an important step towards restoring a sense of normalcy to my life after the complete loss of virtually every element of my life due to the fire. But sadly, it was too chaotic and too disorganized, and really just lacking in the support mechanisms that I need right now. I had to come to the admission that I actually need that right now. So it was not a great solution. Yeah, it's still raining. But you know what they say, no rain, no rainbows. Anyway, unfortunately I realized that the job was too far outside my comfort zone. Now, my comfort zone is not the same as it was before the fire. It seems like my threshold for just frustration is a lot lower. The way I react to certain situations is different. I even, you know, got surprised. I had a kind of an instinct or a knee-jerk reaction to there was a welder that was fixing something on site at the job after hours, and I was still there. And when I walked by, and then the sparks started flying out from the welding, and I kind of freaked out. And it just reminded me of the embers, the wall of embers that hit me in the face, that basically caused me to run to my car and escape, to evacuate. And it just kind of triggered me. And I hate to use that word, but the reality is that it impacted me, so yeah, so I'm still struggling with this. But my friends in West Maui and Lahaina, they're struggling. A lot of them are still living in hotels there, resorts that have been converted to Red Cross housing, things like that, Kanapali, around there north of Lahaina. And they keep they keep taunting these deadlines about, you have until this date and then you got to get out and stuff like that. There's nowhere for them to go. So I kind of got lucky by coming to Kona, and I was able to do that because of donations from a lot of helpful souls that were able to facilitate that strategy. And I think it was the right thing to do. So my friends over there, a lot of them lost their places of employment. They've got no job, no income. The businesses that are open are experiencing tremendous downturns compared to last year or whatever. There's less work hours, less tips, less sales, less everything. They're suffering. So please consider supporting Maui people. There's not a big push in social media now for that to happen. Supporting them again if you have already helped out. If you're interested, I can direct you to some, actual individuals and families that need direct help. And I can also recommend a couple of Maui-based, legit charities if you'd rather help out that way, as opposed to just donating into some black hole and you never know what happens, and, the charity takes 90% of it and 10% of it maybe makes it down to the people that are actually in need. Avoid that if you can. If you can help out in that way, the people of Maui still need help. And mahalo for caring. As far as me, well, I'm still climbing out of a hole. I mean, I've been extremely blessed by a lot of people that have offered to help and been able to help since the fire. People that I had never met before, people that I knew years ago, people that knew me through somebody else, people that just heard about me. It's just been really amazing and humbling to see the outpouring of support. It kind of restores my faith in humanity. But with their help, with your help, I was able to relocate and get my car shipped over here and everything, and find a peaceful and safe place where I'm talking to you now from, to work through this trauma and to start to rebuild a life after literally everything was lost that day. Some of you asked me about renter's insurance. I did not have renter's insurance, and unfortunately even my attempt at claiming property loss on my landlord's insurance is failing because his insurance company is playing dirty games with him, and now there's lawyers involved, and it's going to be a long time when and if I ever see any kind of relief from that. So for right now, it's on me, and unfortunately that's creating a hardship. I mean, I got old Joe's $700, God bless him. our Savior. Got some FEMA money for some rental assistance and some funds from the Red Cross and the United Way and Oprah even, but I haven't gotten unemployment or food stamps. I'm working on it. You know, it's kind of a pride thing to come to the realization that I actually need those things, that's those avenues of support, but I do. The financial challenge that I'm facing is still significant. But the real thing that I'm working on right now is my brain, my soul, my heart. I kind of thought that I was a bit tougher on the inside and that I was not damaged by this intense, once-in-a-lifetime tragedy. But the weeks since the fire and the experience with this job and everything has shown me that I am broken, and it's going to take some time to fix it. But you can help. I'll tell you how. Like the rain is easing up. You might get a nice sunset after all. I got lucky when I found this place. Shelter from the storm in more ways than one. But aside from having to replace every little thing that was lost, every little thing, bath towels, socks, measuring cups, coffee maker, running shoes, reading glasses, pens and paper, a computer, dishes, soap. It all adds up. Aside from the cost of all that, I'm working against a ticking clock. I only have a certain amount of money, and the struggle is real to find a job that's going to be a good fit. It's a huge priority for me right now because of that time pressure, and I don't want to be in a situation where I have to take another job that's not a good fit, that's going to be actually more damaging to me psychologically in the long term out of sheer desperation. And so let me just take this moment to ask you, if you donated already, thank you. If you have the ability to contribute again, I'm grateful. I can't even express my gratitude. It helps, takes the edge off of that time pressure, and or if you can just grab something off my Amazon wish list or something, I'll put the donation links at the end of the video. And I'm really grateful if you can help or donate, share my story. A great friend of mine put a tip jar type bucket or whatever at her checkout stand at her store and said, here's our friend who's hurting in Maui. And yeah, whatever you can do to help is appreciated. And the need is ongoing. It's not over. This tragedy is never going to totally go away. For right now, it's a monetary challenge, and that's morphing into emotional, psychological challenge as well. But for right now, there is still, unfortunately, a financial need. So thank you for your help. So here's the real ask. Yeah, money's important. But here's the real ask. And this goes out to all of you that know me or knew me at some point. That day, August the 8th, the day of the fire, I lost all of my pictures. A huge flash drive full of every picture that I had saved, even from my early youth. I had been, doing seasonal work and had been real transient for a lot of years and stuff like that. And so I'd scanned all my paper photos and Polaroids and stuff like that to digital format. And then given the paper ones away, or, probably even discarded some foolishly at some point as well. I don't remember, but as much as I'm grateful for financial support, from an emotional standpoint, from a psychological standpoint, from a wellness, well-being standpoint, if you have pictures of me and you, pictures of us, pictures of me doing stuff or whatever at different points and stuff like that, I would love to connect with you on potentially getting copies of those, digital. And a Google Drive folder that you could share to me. I'll put my email address on there. You can just add me to a Google Drive folder or Dropbox or something like that. There's no way to restore the entire collection. There's some pictures I have that just nobody ever had dupes, or highly unlikely that anybody ever had them. So a lot of the things are gonna be gone forever, like my trips, Australia and the Caribbean and England and stuff, like just all this different stuff. There's no way I'm ever going to get that, but I'm hoping to gather as much as I can. And so if you come across a picture of me or a group of photos that involve us, I would love it if you would be able to share those with me and help me to kind of repopulate my collection of memories so that it's not all just in my head. Because we all know what can happen. So, it would mean a lot. It really would. When you have a moment, check through your stuff and see. Okay, so I mentioned good news. There is good news. So obviously I found a cool place to live, and the lady who owns this place has been a real angel and a sweetheart. She's a special woman, and I'm blessed. And I shipped my car over with the support of a lot of you, and so it was my favorite car that I've ever owned, my Jeep Cherokee Trailhawk that I bought in Vegas, and like 4 payments away from paying it off. So, but anyway, the big project that I was working on leading up to that day of the fire was a podcast, a channel that I was going to launch on YouTube. Some of the people that are developing content in a similar vein on YouTube are being demonetized and deplatformed, and so I'm going to start on YouTube and see how long it lasts. But we'll see. The purpose was to, it's called Fail State Media. Fail State Media, all one word. Because the media it's in a state of failure. Fail state, when their process does not deliver the intended result. And that's where our media is. The purpose was to draw attention to the hypocrisy and the failure of our major media sources in our society. And all the video segments that I had shot, all the scripts, segments, all the bullet points that I gathered, all the design elements, even the graphics for the supporting t-shirt line, all that burned. Months of work. And so I'm kind of struggling to recreate a lot of that, maybe even improve upon it a little bit. But the good news is that I've been inching back into it. I'm hoping to launch in November. So if that sort of thing interests you, I welcome you to follow my TikTok and Twitter at Fail State Media. It's all one word. There will be t-shirt designs on there that I'm making, so I'll promote those as I go, you know, in accordance with each of the episodes that I'm launching. And so if that's your thing, I'd appreciate your purchase of those items too, if they delight you, which is my intention. And I want to thank you for standing up for the truth in media. Our founding fathers did not make freedom of speech and freedom of the press Amendment number 1 for no reason. It matters. It matters a lot. And my life experience has been in such a way that I feel like it's a compulsion for me to express my view. And I'm hoping that other people see what I'm saying, and you know, trigger some thought, trigger some action, and hopefully achieve some improvements. So I appreciate you participating in that as well. And so, Fail State Media, keep an eye on that. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be something that I can throw my energy into to make a positive change in this world, because we need it now more than ever. So, hi. Yeah, I've been greatly impacted by this. Sit down. No? Alright. Okay then. I've been greatly impacted by this. And I've been blessed as well. Right, Coco? Yeah. This whole situation has changed me as a person. We get to look at your behind. I want to express my very real appreciation to those of you who have helped me so far. You're literally lifesavers. And I hold on to the hope for healing and for peace for all of my Maui neighbors and friends and my ohana everywhere. That means you too. With your help, I can get through this. We can get through this. Maui can get through this. From the bottom of my heart, I want to say mahalo. Thank you. And aloha. God bless you. And good night from Kona.